Hey, Jason here, and I'm going to show you two ways to record using the Positive Grid Spark amp without an audio interface. So here's how to record directly with an iPad using the Spark amp. So the first thing that you'll need is the right cable. I'm using an iPad Pro, so I have a USB-B to USB-C connector cable. If you are using a regular iPad, you would need a USB-B to Lightning cable, which I'm going to test next once I can actually find my Lightning cable. So to do this test, I'm just using a basic clean tone using the Blackface Duo, and everything else is turned off except for the gate, so it'll just be easier to hear if there's any differences with what's coming out of the Spark versus what's going into Garageband. So open up Garageband, add a track. Doesn't matter if you pick voice or you pick instrument, that's just going to change the type of track effects that you'll have set up on each one by default. So by using voice, there is a native voice patch that is just going to give you some basic settings here. So let's just hit record. So here's the tone. Just by itself. So you can see the meter for the mic. Obviously it's moving when I'm playing the guitar, and it's not moving when I'm talking, because when you plug something into the iPad, then it's going to use whatever audio signals coming in from that interface. So let's just do a quick recording here and see and hear what it sounds like. All right. So because the lead vocal track has some effects on it already, it is going to sound a little bit different. Still pretty clean, so I can turn off the vocal effects. Tone I can put back at unity, and compressor I'll shut off completely. So that's how easy it is to actually record. Now suppose you wanted to do something interesting, like use the built-in guitar amps with GarageBand, which I don't know why you would, because the tones in the Spark is pretty good. You can simply switch to amp. Let's pick clean. So this is going to take the clean sound coming out of the Spark amp, and it's going to run it through the Vox clone in here. And let's plug our ears and get ready for this one. So let's mute this. And to record using your computer, same cable, USB to, well, the cable that comes with the Spark is a USB-A, so a regular USB cable to USB-B to connect the Spark to your computer. Use that one if you have regular USB. Otherwise, you know, for new Mac users, everything is USB-C unless you've got a dongle, so you'll need the same connector, the USB-B to the USB-C. So you fire up Logic or whatever DAW you're using, and in your audio settings, switch it to the Spark 40 USB. And this will be the same in any DAW, so if I just open up GarageBand, Spark 40 USB in your audio settings. So the shortcut key, at least for GarageBand and Logic, is Command, comma. So your Spark will show up there automatically. Now, because you have the Spark plugged in through USB, it's also going to act as your output, so you can use the headphone jack if you want to record in silence, obviously. So I will go ahead here and create a new track using an audio track. In any DAW, well, in Mac in particular for GarageBand and Logic, it doesn't matter which one of these you pick. I always pick audio because it won't add any additional tracks or any other processing or stuff like that. So choose your input. The Spark only has one input, so you'll grab it from there. Hit create, and there you go. So now, turn monitoring off. So in your DAW, if you have monitoring turned on, you are likely going to get some feedback. GarageBand and Logic have some feedback protection there, but this is only if you want to hear yourself while you're playing. So you hear a little bit of, sounds like chorus, and that's just the latency kicking in. So now it's a clean signal completely. And it's just as simple as hit record. So I'm going to mute these two, and here we go. Oh, let's try that again. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this short video. I wanted to do this quickly because I had some people asking if you can record using the Spark amp without an audio interface. So at least on the iPad and on my Mac it works fine, which means it should probably work fine on whatever it is that you're using as well. So once I do get my hands on a Lightning to USB-B cable, I'm going to test it out to see if it will actually record with my iPhone as well, because that would be pretty awesome. I mean, everyone's got their iPhone with them all the time. The Spark, it's easy to carry around. The one thing that would be very, very cool is if the Spark had battery backup, because then it becomes, you know, a fantastic little portable recording studio just for capturing ideas and stuff. So look for that in the next video. And then if you have any other questions or comments about recording with the Spark amp, then let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I'm going to start getting into more home recording videos targeted kind of at the beginner intermediate stage. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and there is a ton of stuff that I've learned that I don't really see covered in a lot of other tutorials. A lot of them are about how do you use this tool, what's the best plugin for this, and honestly, that's the least of the problems. Those are the stuff that, I mean, you can figure that stuff out pretty easily. It's all the other crap around producing music that was a huge learning experience for me. So look for more of those videos. Again, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and what other questions you have about the Spark, let me know.